Is it working? Okay, hi guys, welcome back. Some more play game custom scenarios. Yeah, this should be interesting. Oh ho, Ebola. I haven't seen that one in a while. But yeah, oh, Slender Signal. This one looks pretty cool. But we're going to continue before any of that all scenarios. In the meanwhile, I'm going to be talking about a little bit of like updates. So while the game is not even fully complete, it's still early access, and while they are still working on the multiplayer, the developers have shocked us with an amazing announcement that they're going to finally release it on Xbox One. I really don't know what's up with all the people that are trying to release it on Xbox One. Like Prison Architect are trying to do it, even Kerbal Space Program are trying to do it. So I'm quite shocked. But at least in those kind of games, the games are pretty much complete. This one is pretty close, but my point is like try and complete the game before releasing it to other platforms. That's just like it sounds like common sense for me. We're going to continue with the scenario Decay, technically. And maybe lycanthropy if we can finish it very shortly. I know I'm well aware that there are some sounds problems. My microphone is like really shitty. It's like an incorporated microphone in the headset, so it doesn't really hear that well. And plus that I cannot talk very loud because I have some of the family members living with me. So necrotic wounds and flesh aren't pretty to have or look at, but that with the 21st century technology we can encounter that. What if you are decaying from the inside out alive? Ooh, that is even worse, I assume. Um, yeah, genes, still haven't finished them, whatever. MCD. Alright, so beginning of the you are controlling a rather scary and lethal virus. MCD, or massive cell disruption, is when tissue cells reproduce improperly or poorly. Reproduced cells tend to die off quicker, which they cannot replace the recent dead ones. Alright, seems fair enough. Severity is a big issue with this disease. Take your time and try not to get noticed too early. I see. So, a very severe disease, a virus, that's not very good because that means we're going to get detected very, very early. Cell growth retardation, this already increased severity. We are also starting with a base severity, but that's not enough to get detected. Let's see, livestock, insects, water, and some basic abilities. It seems pretty standard base scenario over here. So I'm just going to like drink some Eurozone near collapse. I wonder if it's all about that refugee crisis, am I right? Now, playing videos are the kind of videos in which I try to relax while playing the game. I already am well familiar with the game, so I don't really need to focus or concentrate on what to grab next. And even if I fail, I can like redo it. So it's like I already know what to do for the most part. So I tend to use it to like talk a little bit about my life, or in this case we could talk about a little bit about worldwide events and have your opinion about that. If in case you haven't noticed, there's been just a giant refugee crisis that has been quote-unquote threatening Europe and all the western civilized world. Basically, there's a lot of problems with civil war in Syria that has not been solved for like fucking 4 years. It's absolutely amazing. Just like oppressive regime, the people tried to rise up, the regime was like, nope, you're not going to rise up. But we still wanna that is the sound of the machine gun just being fired up on the population. And yeah, they tried to like intervene, but the Russia, which is like a permanent UN member, has blocked any attempts to intervene because of their like alliance with Syria that allows them access to the Russian Navy to the ports, Syrian ports of the Mediterranean. Which, yeah, it is a pretty useful tactical position, but at the same time, you are encouraging a government that has resulted, that through its action has resulted in the deaths of like 250,000 people and displacement of like several million. Hey, that's none of my problem. And yeah, with the eruption of ISIS and the continuation of the civil war, a lot of refugee has started to come to Europe. This problem is not like recent; it has happened before, it has even happened in previous years. But because of like how strong ISIS has worked out over here, it just like erupted this year and become extremely mediatized with that picture of that dead baby on the street, on the beach, I meant. You know, it's pretty tragic, but then again, considering like how many people die every day out of like the most dumbest region, I'm really not really affected anymore. I know I would be a lot more affected if it happened to me, and obviously it's pretty true, but you know, we have our own first world problems that cannot be dismissed. I mean, I've just been recovering from pretty unfortunate accident with my mother, so not completely off the list here. Sure, I haven't lost any relatives. I don't really know what it is to like lose relatives, except for my great grandfather or grandmother, which you know I catched them when they died, and it's like too far off for me to like notice their absence or something like that. So you know, and plus that I've seen like so much shit on the internet that I'm really not much affected about it emotionally. So you know, a kid died on the beach, fucking thousands of die of starvation. That doesn't mean that doesn't make it less of a bad thing. It's just that it happens so much that I just lost interest of it. So yeah, we're now facing a giant refugee crisis. Many countries in Europe have a very xenophobic and extreme nationalistic response, trying to like divert them from them. They are trying to like go to like Turkey, Greece, Italy. There have been a lot of them have died as the smugglers attempted to like cross them over, and the smugglers obviously don't have any sort of safety regulations. You know, they take all your money, and you know, if you cross over, okay. If the boats sink halfway through, big deal. We're just going to buy another one, not really caring about the passengers or anything like that. We're spreading very well over here about, by the way, still, I'm not very, I hope we don't mutate any symptoms. Oh my god, this Pepsi is like really coming off my mouth here, that sounded weird. Anyway, and yeah, so yeah, a lot of countries like are opposing like refugee quotas. We are among the countries who are not really agreeing with them. We are agreeing with our own quotas of like 1,000 refugees, but the European Union wants us to take like 4,000. Now, as you probably know, I'm a very like socialist liberal guy. I wouldn't be like honest if I say that I wouldn't want to help the refugees, and you know, they are part of like humanity, and they shouldn't be like treated as like criminals or like immigrants that just want to take our jobs and live off welfare and make crimes. You know, sure, that's some of the things that happen, but then again, every country has that kind of people, so just putting them on the immigrants or refugees is not that best. It costs us to devolve points, but we have enough points, so I guess it's okay to devolve it for now until we like get everything infected. We only have a few more places left. Argentina is going very slow, also like Central Africa and stuff. I guess I don't really want more transmission simply because you know, I might want to use the points to grab the symptoms. And yeah, that's pretty much it, how stuff is going with the refugee crisis. In my opinion, we just need to solve the issue that comes, like the origin of the issue, and that is the Syrian civil war. You know, if we just like accommodate, if we don't solve the civil war keeps on going for the years to come because nobody is interested into solving it. But Syria had like I don't know, I assume it had like more than our population, like 20 million, and Now you're going to count like how many people have died and how many people are willing to stay and fight until the end of days. And you know, out of 20 or something million, I don't think there will be a million people who would like stand and fight, you know, for the cause until the end. So that leaves like more than 10 million people who will just eventually flee at some point, and all those millions of people have to be accommodated somewhere. And it's not easy in a world that is like so like rapidly overpopulating. That's why you just need to solve the issue. Now, I don't really necessarily want to advocate like the military intervention, but it's pretty clear that Bashar al-Assad or whatever his name is won't like see any other reason. And considering that he has used chemical weapons on his people, I mean, that has been like sort of proven. I don't know why he wouldn't be up for like just war criminal trials. But anyways, this like it's like a rural country, that's why it's not like getting affected over here. Also, like the weirdest countries are not getting infected in this scenario, like Turkey and freaking Argentina. All the other countries that are usually hard to infect, like Greenland, Canada, have been infected. This time is like very odd. So yeah, since he's not really, you know, complying to reason, you just gotta, you know, just have to like use some sort of like military intervention, take him out, and well, that sounds like we are trying to assassinate him. Don't necessarily have to do that, just like reinstall and the government and ensure like a safe election and starting to rebuild the country under a peacekeeping force. But then again, there are many other countries who have like similar issues, maybe not to the extent of like Syria, but they're simply not dealt with. We have like, I don't know, Venezuela has like a very bad record of human rights and dictatorship or whatever. We have North Korea, which is just absolute garbage. We have Somalia and Eritrea, which have been in like the complete anarchy for like, I don't know, a decade or two. We still have ISIS, which is still running in between Syria and Iraq. We do have Libya, which is not doing well under the previously known rebel groups. Let's get start getting the symptoms now. Let's get coughing, pneumonia, edema. The reason I'm getting this is because they also have like infectivity, pulmonary de-enhancement. Wow, that sounds horrifying. Dark water. From dead bodies convert into a highly infectious black liquid. Liquid evaporate, the virus goes airborne. Dark water number 2, and this is biohazardous water. Liquefied rotten flesh gets mixed in with the country's water supply. Poor countries suffer most. That is just horrendous. CPD, catastrophic pulmonary detachment. Victim's lungs couldn't support itself due to the lack of cells. Victim's lungs literally detaches itself from its breathing tubes. That is horrifying. You definitely need to grab that. Oh my god, it's this game. Even this game like makes you like completely like yeah, something. We're killing very fast. I did grab like that extra infectivity, but it doesn't seem to be enough. We're killing more than we're infecting in Argentina and Turkey, so we might lose the scenario unless we like get enough points. Very weird that these countries don't get it. It's the rural trait, and the rural. I guess we should have gotten livestock. There's like no other way. I grabbed it now, but it might be just a little bit too late. And yeah, see, just grabbing that like starts pushing them up like very significantly. But the cure is like very up, and I don't think we'll have just enough points to do it. We're not killing just fast enough. So I guess this is how we have to like do the scenario. Hemophilia is like just a bang in the knee. Yeah, I guess this is how you have to do it. You have to like grab livestock, and together with this, it will increase mutation chance, but you really need it for like cellular cloning. Reproduce some different strands of DNA in each cell, including the dead cell one, significantly harder to cure. If I knew that, I probably grabbed it, but yeah, it's the problem with playing a scenario at first try. Don't really know always, so yeah, this is just, I think that this is how you do it. You just have to grab livestock together with water and whatever resistances I already got. Try and de-evolve it as much as you can until you infect everyone, and then just grab all the symptoms. Not sure, I mean, this costed a lot to get to, and we still haven't had enough for the CPD, which is like, seems to be very strong, so I'm not sure if like you could get anywhere from the other symptoms, like fever probably would be something like coma over there. I don't know, should we try it again? It's like already 15 minutes in. Well, I guess it would take too long. I'm going to try it again because playing a new scenario altogether will just take too long, so let's go like really fast on this. You know, just spending a little bit of time with you guys, just trying to talk about stuff. And in the end, all those problems, you know, there are like issues like all over the world, and all those problems are not going to be solved unless we like try and get to a more universal kind of universal identity, like no longer consider us as nations. And I'm getting into some very extreme socialist stuff, but yeah, this is what I'm mostly advocating of, just like the complete just destruction of all borders and unification of all mankind under one culture, one language. It seems like a lot, you know, it seems that it's not, and it's never going to happen, you know, it's like too much, there's like so much people are going to oppose it, but you know, the internet like allows it very well to happen. Just look at how many people are speaking English, and just how easy they adopted the sort of internet culture. And I'm thinking that this might be a way. Obviously, I'm not advocating for English to be the international language, you know, because they might say that that this will make like the Americans or whatever create the British people superior. You know, I'm totally fine with learning, I don't know, an artificial language would be the best, because that way we won't like you know, just say that one language is better than the other. You know, Esperanto, for example, is an artificially created language, and from what I understand, it's like created to like be pretty easy to learn. The reason it wasn't adopted too much is simply because it doesn't have like the cultural background. That it is what is important, and in order to like make a language like adoptable, we'll need to like create some strong cultural background behind it. That means just making everything that you can in that language, both translating works of art and like creating new works of art, like books, movies, even freaking video games. Like that will be necessary if we want to like have a chance at unifying the entire world. Otherwise, I don't know, with considering like different cultures and different languages existing, there will still be people who will still like act xenophobically, or still be people who will still try to like make their country better than the others. So unless one country like takes over everything, in which case, you know, that could be another way in which it could happen, but that's like a more of an unfortunate and probably dramatical way in which it could happen. Unless some country takes over, then only if we understand like all the countries to adapt to a single universal identity, then we can like start solving the issues that we have. But yeah, apart from that, I don't know. There are still issues. There's still anarchy. There's still civil wars. There's still dictators. There's still wars. Freaking, there's still the problem in like Eastern Ukraine. Like everybody seems to have forgotten about that. But right now, the Eastern Ukraine is like a completely autonomous region, and like another puppet state, just like, I don't know, South Ossetia or whatever it was called in Georgia. So it's like it's still going to happen, you know. There's like too many nationalistic problems, I suppose. Not to mention in like countries like Africa where the borders have been drawn by like previously colonial nations. There are like so many issues with the way the cultures have been divided up that you just simply cannot like properly, I don't know, just do anything. Well, this has been a long rambling. I don't know where I was going with it. Just like for the refugee crisis, you know, we can temporarily house the refugees while a military intervention makes sure that the civil war in Syria is quelled, and then everyone can go back and everything is fine and dandy. Otherwise, it's not going to get better. You know, if the war in Syria is not going to get resolved, things are not going to get better. Refugees are going to come in even bigger numbers until simply there will be no more people left in Syria, but except for the few hundreds of thousands of fanatics that will just fight until the end. And yeah, apart from that, issues around the world will still continue as long as humans of different cultures see themselves as different humans and not realizing that, you know, we are still just one species, that because we have been, you know, separated by like land masses of oceans and mountains, we just have developed like different ways of calling different objects and different, I don't know, jokes and different I don't know, flags, fucking whatever, like whatever defines cultural identity, you know. You have just developed it differently, and just because of that we cannot like move forward. Okay, so let's like grab livestock number 1 and number 2 just to like get these countries. Oh, how the hell, oh my god, livestock did like have extra severity. I completely, the livestock number 2 had so much severity, Jesus, I completely missed that one. Oh, this is just a complete disaster. Oh fuck, oh shit, well, crap. We need to like start grabbing stuff. Hemophilia, what? Virus can spread through the bloodstream, increasing chance to affect, increases severity. I don't know, coughing, pneumonia. Hemotroph number 2. Maybe we just need like things that increase. Virus can infect other uninfected victims through human, animal, fecal remains, spit, mucus, and on rarest occasion tears. I guess we just need more infectivity. Immune suppression, pulmonary edema. Wow, we completely screwed this scenario up again. I completely did not see that one. Let's hope that we got like enough infectivity to like grab whatever we had and like also start killing. We're not, the thing is that we are not killing fast enough. You want to like infect everyone and then start killing very fast, and then use the points that you get from killing very fast, like grab a few more resistances / or symptoms. Well, this scenario is not going to go on well. I guess you should have only grabbed like livestock number 1 and just wait it out. Could have been a strategy. I just you know, grabbed it because in like other scenarios getting livestock number 2 doesn't increase severity. I completely didn't like check it out. That's my bad, you know. You know, when you assume something, you make an ass of you and me, which is something like related to like English culture that I just completely don't understand. Balls. I guess I'm just going to end this episode over here. It's been a nice episode of rambling, and I did say like how I think this scenario is going to, how you should do it, or like the best way in which you can do it is to just like grab maybe the livestock number 1, hope that you infect everyone and then just grab all the symptoms, like all the way to the lethal symptoms, and I think it will work. Well, I'll just leave it over here, and then next time we're going to go on with another scenario. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching this scenario as well as my random rambling about the ongoing world events. I could use plaguing videos as like my sort of like vlogging, you know, just so that I just don't do just a random vlog video. I can just make a gaming video on it. So yeah, that has been pretty much it. And you know, with the world map, I can actually show how the things are going. You know, it's very interesting. Anyway, as I said, this has been pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'll leave a like and a favorite, whatever, and I'll see you next time with whatever we're going to make. See you next time. Bye.